Hi, I'm James and thanks for tuning in to eBuyer. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Neutron Lab Cobalt gaming PC case. I'm going to unbox the chassis, cover off its key features and functionality and tell you guys what I like about it. I'm then going to cover off the things you should look out for when buying a case for your next gaming PC build to find out whether the Neutron Lab Cobalt fits the bill. Let's do this. This case actually has a few cool tricks up its sleeve. It does of course feature the rudimentary tempered glass side panel, which you should find on pretty much every good gaming case nowadays. But it also has a really nice front aesthetic with a large mesh panel, these accent pieces, and two huge 200mm fans. That's right, this case has some of the biggest fans you will ever see in a chassis. These provide a huge amount of airflow potential and allow the fan blades to run a little bit slower, keeping them as quiet as possible and still pulling in as much airflow as you can. You can best see these fans lit up, which we'll do in a moment, but you can actually see them through the back of the case, covered by this nice magnetic dust filter. It's always great to see the inclusion of dust filters in a case, as it keeps dust out of the system, keeps it quiet, keeps it cool, and helps your PC to last that little bit longer. At the back of the case, you'll find the front panel cables. These are what you use to plug in the ports at the top, which we'll cover in a moment. But you'll also find here a fan and RGB hub. That means you can power up all the fans in this case with a single fan and a single power connector, making cable management that bit easier and meaning you haven't got to worry about what motherboard you pair with the case. Around the rear, you've got room for some SSDs with plenty of cable management routing options, with your CPU and motherboard cables being nicely catered for. These aren't rubber grommeted, but they are pretty soft touch, so you're not going to cut your fingers on them or anything like that, so nothing to worry about in that regard. As I say though, I think the best way to evaluate this case is actually to get those fans on and the RGB spinning so we can really see aesthetically what we're working with. Looking good, the RGB on this thing is absolutely awesome. I am a sucker personally for a glass front panel, but you still do get that mesh ventilation down the left and right hand sides to keep the temperatures nice and low. Plus an extra 120mm exhaust fan makes sure that despite positive pressure, you're still pulling the hot air out of the case and keeping things nice and efficient. Aesthetically, those two large front fans form a centerpiece and recognise a big trend in the PC market as of late. When you pair that up with an integrated power supply shield that helps to hide your power supply away, short of a small window that makes cable management a little bit easier, the chassis is actually a really clean design. Support for a 360mm radiator up front, or of course those two 200mm fans, with plenty of fan mounting and radiator mounting at the top too, keeps this case nice and versatile. The I/O is just what we've come to expect, with the inclusion of USB 3, USB 2, audio ports, a second USB 2, LED controller and power button. With various different RGB modes available that you can switch through with a quick press of the RGB connector, it's a really versatile case that's ready to fit any gaming PC aesthetic. Tempered glass, a good build quality and an affordable price point sounds like a staple of the Neutron Labs range. Cases and peripheral products designed with high quality components at affordable prices. That pretty much wraps it up for my first look at the Neutron Labs Cobalt gaming PC case. If you'd like to learn more about this case, you can find links to it in the description of this YouTube video. And if you enjoyed today's video, a like rating would be fantastic. Get subscribed if you'd like to see more from me and the rest of the eBuyer team. But thank you for watching, and as always, we'll see you soon.